Hello and welcome back. I am Bob Rigdon with Preserving Dallas History through Metal Detecting, and this is number 2. That's right, number 2 already of a short but informative video where people have requested that I do a more detailed or closer ups of some of the better artifacts I found in the area formerly known as the North Dallas Freedman Town. Some of the items pictured here today have not been shown in the previous videos, but for a recap of everything that I had at the beginning, you have to go back and check out the 33-minute video, the featured video. In the future, I will be showcasing more items, but they will be from items that covers the entire Dallas area. And also, I have created a new channel, which I will be going into more detail with in the near future, that will include my travels and finds on plantations in Texas ghost towns, etc. So please subscribe so you won't miss any of these videos. I will be doing them perhaps 2 or 3 per month. So keep that in mind when you subscribe. And today I would also like to share with you some of the other areas I will cover, like the historic Miller's Ferry, which some historians are familiar with, the old crossing on the old Central Expressway, and the guy that created it, William B. Miller, who was a large slave owner and who's one of his slave descendants, the renowned Dallas historian Donald Payton, has a lot of knowledge about. So I will be getting into the Miller's Ferry, the old Dallas Lock and Dam down in McComas Bluff. A lot of people are not aware of what remains today, like the old superintendent's house that was built in 1905, and people are still living in it today. And I had the privilege years ago, with permission from the owners at that time, to go and explore the grounds, and I will be sharing those artifacts as well. I'll cover areas of West Dallas, the historic Dallas dump, which was started in the 1870s and continued to be a dump until the Trinity River was rerouted, etc., etc. So there's a lot of exciting and very informative videos forthcoming. Now I would like to just go ahead and cut to the chase and view some of these items with closer details. Thank you. And yes, first up is one of my favorite finds, this 1904 presidential watch fob. And I think about the area where I found this item. This was your black presidential candidate that year, but the names on the watch fob itself are these two gentlemen right here. Oops, sorry about that. I gotta get steady here. These two gentlemen right here, for president and vice president, running against Theodore Roosevelt. Of course, we know who won that. But as far as one of my favorite finds right here today, the coffee restaurant. I'm trying to think of the name. Starbucks. Starbucks has been built right smack on top of the spot I found this. 1904. You see that. And moving right along, just a close-up of some of the bottles. Some of my favorites, like this one from Paris, France, that is. Another one of my favorites. These are always some of my favorite bottles. Just the design. The Dallas Bottling Company was around, I believe, as late as the 1930s, I believe. And my favorite of favorites is the Hughes brothers, who were into just about everything. They even made baking soda. But they were best known for their soda pop. And the building has been restored and is still naturally at the same location on Hervé, across the street from the old city park, where it still sits vacant today. Okay. One of my other finds that I really love. This is on, I believe, Thomas Street or State Thomas area. And every time I see this photo, it makes me wonder if one of these taxi drivers was the owner of this 1928 California chauffeur's license badge that I recovered in Freedman Town. Who knows? At its peak, Freedman Town had African Americans that had moved from just about every corner of the U.S. Okay, and moving on along. This is one of my best finds, and only find like this 1845 Lord Cent. The only other ones I have found in my 40 years of metal detecting were found on plantations, which I will be showcasing on my new channel titled Ghost Towns and Plantation Finds. This was a heart stopper. This 1943, that is, Lincoln Cent. What makes it so rare is this one, after a little cleaning, turned out to be copper plated. If it was the real thing and not copper plated, it'd be worth a king's ransom. There's only a few of them in existence. A Booker T. Washington medal. Found near the Booker T. Washington School. What a coincidence. I always love to find these just about everywhere I have metal detected. The old keys. Some of you out there probably can relate to this Pontiac car key with the Indian chief. Love it. Matter of fact, speaking of car keys, I've only found about 10 or 12 car keys in 40 years. This is a beauty, although it could seem ugly to others, but a beauty to me. It's an old railroad padlock. I wish I had the key for it. Very old Chinese coin, one of about 12 I found in the Freedman Town area. Although I found no evidence in the city directories for Chinese laundries in the area, but that does not mean there was not any. 1907 Barber quarter, which I've found quite a few of over the years. This beauty here I've found maybe 7 or 8 over the years. It's an 1867 5-cent shield nickel with a hole. There is a belief that when you find coins with holes, they were associated with African Americans that put the holes in them to wear them around their ankles, like some type of good luck or ritual type thing. V nickel. Okay, made in the New Orleans Mint. A 1930s Missouri sales tax, 1 cent sales tax token. One of my favorites, Employees Insurance Company token, Mutual, in Wisconsin, 1930s. And check out that design. Looks familiar? Think about Nazi Germany. I have no idea what this tag is for. It's pretty good size. If anyone has any idea, please let me know. Okay, 1861 Canadian 1 cent piece, pretty good size. 1861, when the American Civil War was raging. Another one of my favorites. This is a very crude and very heavy, several ounces of lead, handmade button. The only handmade button I've ever found. Old shotgun shells and whole coins. Kids' toy axe. I love it. Some type of hardware, furniture hardware. Look before the turn of the century, I would think. This is a engraved, I believe, 1925 sterling silver spoon. Women's heel plates, shoe plates, that is. Religious tokens. Right there, religious token. One of my favorite spoons from Arkansas. And these items here, ceramic doll parts, are always numerous, like broken bottle necks. They're always numerous. This is just one of many of this type of display. I have other artifacts from Freedman Town placed in. This one I did not send to the library for exhibit last year. I have quite a few of these. Don't know if I'll ever be able to get into all of them. I have so many. Okay, I have a couple of Indian head pennies here. In 1904. And I believe this one's 1865. I believe. I can't remember. I have so many Indian head pennies. Okay, speaking of fraternities, this is one of my favorites, although it's in bad shape. Knights of the Pythias. And that is what it looked like back in the 1920s, late teens, early 1920s. I believe it was on Elm Street, where the building still exists to this day, although it's been remodeled. And of course we know who that is. That is made down, standing down where the bulldozers have excavated at a old dirt-filled water well where a lot of these glass finds and other type of finds were recovered by myself. This is a very interesting advertisement with this particular bottle. The medicine held all type of what we consider today, what we definitely consider today narcotics, like not just codeine, but cocaine. That's this bottle here. It's another nice bottle right there. And last but not least, this is a very interesting bottle here. When kids that have been given this so-called cough and cholera remedy started dying at an alarming rate, they realized there was just too much of whiskey or alcohol along with, I can't remember if it was codeine or cocaine, but anyway, the drug was killing kids. And once discovered, according to the article online, they stopped giving it to the children and started giving it to the military forces. Go figure. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short but informative video. I will be giving maybe one more short detail and close-up of North Dallas Freedman Town finds before I shift gears and directions and cover the other Dallas areas, as well as, like I mentioned earlier, the old Miller Ferry crossing, the nice old Dallas saloon site on Am Street that was recently paved over, some of the finds I made there, and I have a new channel that I will be uploading a video, hopefully within the next 10 days, titled Ghost Town and Plantation Finds. So I hope you enjoyed this short but informative video, and like they say in the movie business, that's a wrap, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.